So then it finishes Aston Villa 1, Sheffield United 1. Villa snatch a last-minute goal at Villa Park to ultimately secure a draw in a very, very disappointing fashion where 10 minutes to go, we're looking like we're going to be losing our consecutive home-winning league form to the team that is bottom of the league. Well done, Villa. Really disappointing, isn't it? I think ultimately it's just a missed opportunity tonight. Like I said, a win today would have put us top of the league. You know, hoping in mind that Arsenal and Liverpool would have been drawing tomorrow night. But like I said, we're playing a team that's bottom of the league, one of the worst defences in the league. And ultimately tonight, it's just not been the night. I wouldn't say it's been a bad performance in the sense of we just haven't really shown any effort or desire to really get that 3 points. I just think ultimately, towards the last 15 minutes of the game, Villa have ultimately dominated throughout it all. They've clearly shown some quality, but the chances haven't been coming off. I know a lot of people are going to be talking about VAR as well. Now, in terms of the penalty decision on, I want to say check Konza. You know, there is possible ground to make for a penalty contention. But ultimately, I think it's probably just a soft touch. But ultimately, if it's not given, you play on. There's a few other decisions that are a little bit, but I can understand it. The disallowed goal, I think it is ultimately a foul on the goalkeeper. You can see the angle that Jacob Ramsey's got his hand around the right arm of the Sheffield United goalkeeper. But then you can also make the argument that, well, the Sheffield United defender's got a very clear sort of grab of the Jacob Ramsey shirt, also perhaps a different phase of play. So there's possible room for ground there, but ultimately it isn't given. So it's like, okay, well, let's move on. We've already been able to score. There's still like 25 minutes back into the game to score another goal. And apart from that moment on, it really seemed like the energy and passion from Villa really just died out. And you know what's going to happen. Sheffield United are just going to grow into it. They've been sitting in all game defensively, really keeping their solid line behind the line to make sure that Villa can't get any chances through. And what goes and happens, Cameron Archer, the player that we sold because we didn't think he was good enough or he wanted game time, he comes back and he scores, and ultimately we're thinking, it's typical Villa, isn't it? And honestly, that's what it does feel like. The team at the bottom of the league, one of the worst defences, one of the teams that have just been really poor to watch this season, is the team that ends this consecutive winning run after beating the likes of Man City and Arsenal at home. We're losing to Sheffield United. And it's like, now, give them credit for defensive performance. I think they did really well defensively until the last, obviously, a shame to concede the goal in the last minute. But ultimately, throughout the night, had that chance not gone in from Zaniola, then, we're talking about a defeat here tonight. We're talking about 3 points missed. In terms of that final goal, though, at least it's come. At least Zaniola's finally got his goal for Aston Villa. In the league, he's got that thing to really put a motivation on, and ultimately at least we can sit here and come out and say, well, we haven't lost, we've still got a draw, we're still level on points with Liverpool, or either Liverpool, whoever's top of the league, we're still level on points with them, but it just does mean that, that little glimmer of being top of the league has unfortunately gone away tonight. And yeah, just really disappointing performance-wise. Pretty much a dross 75 minutes of football, really. Nothing really to get excited about. The odd chance here and there, but just really wasn't coming off for Villa. Watkins, there was a good few efforts there. I thought Bailey had another really good game as well. Obviously would have had the goal if I hadn't been disallowed. Players like Diaby and Matty Cash, though, especially Diaby, really the foot has gone off the gas so much with Diaby, and it'd be really nice to see him, just come through. And I think someone like him, rather than benching him, he needs to keep playing, keep starting, because eventually it's going to click. And he was the same with Bailey. The amount of times he would get the opportunity to start, and he's looking at him, he's in a good run of form right now. Keep the confidence going with him. Player like Matty Cash, though, admittedly he's now going to be out for that Manchester United game on Tuesday. But someone like him, he's so... I didn't want to say he's hit the ceiling, because I actually do think there is he's been a really solid right back for us, but I think perhaps the time now is to perhaps start looking for an evolution or a next step forward in that position, because just tonight, the excitement from him's just gone. It's just like we're going forward and then he's cutting back and really slowing down our progress in the final third, and he just really feels like a real letdown of energy there. Jacob Ramsey, I didn't think he had really much of a good game. I think that somebody just needs a bit more consistent game time, though. Going from a regular start to being injured. You want to find your consistency, and I think that's probably what's been missing him. But yeah, Just a little long lay as well. I know there was a lot of talk about him, especially with the possibility of him leaving in January. He's getting his first Premier League start today for Villa, and ultimately for me, it's him who's ultimately cost us that goal because it's his man that he's tracking. He's completely switched off from marking him and Cameron Archer in the box, and he's able to have that free hit there, which is really disappointing to see. And like I said, he's just a missed opportunity. That's all you can say. At least Villa haven't lost, but it's a missed opportunity to be top of the league. 3 more points, continue that run of form. So when we go into Manchester United away on Tuesday night, which is going to be a difficult game, there is some sense of hope, some sense of aspiration there that we can go there and get another 3 points continue. As Jamie Carragher said, I would say right now it's too early to still consider as title challengers because, quite frankly, it just doesn't feel like Villa are in a real solid position. I know the league table doesn't lie, but you've got to sit there and think, are Villa actually title contenders? And for me, really, I wouldn't say just yet. I'd say maybe if we get to February and we're still in this position, then perhaps, but only time will tell. So yeah, Aston Villa 1, Sheffield United 1. Leave us some thoughts in the comments down below what you thought of the game. But otherwise, I'm Ben. We will see you for Tuesday. I'm the Villa with the pride of Villa.